I've got Adam with me. We just watched Arsenal go to Portugal and get the 1-0 win. Adam, your thoughts on the game?
Well, it's a relief to get a win, isn't it? I mean, I think the way the Sporting players collapsed at the end there, I think they knew that was their opportunity to really get at us in that home leg. They needed to win it, I'd say, to progress in the tie. But again, I'm not going to be overly optimistic just yet because I have seen them turn up at the Emirates and do us a couple of seasons ago in the Europa League. But you'd have to think that was their best opportunity gone tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, you just made me think of something because, to be fair to Sporting, they lost against Bodo quite heavily, and you saw it in the second leg, although that was at their place. But yeah, you're right. They're not going to give it up.
No, they won't give it up. They'll turn up next week. They'll give it a go. But I think obviously their main chance tonight was in their fortress of a stadium. Lovely stadium out there that they've got. I went there last season. It's a really nice place to watch a game of football. But we did the job. I thought we were, for the most part, pretty poor tonight. Though I've got to be honest. Yeah. It was a very.
Why would you say that?
Well, it was a bit like watching paint dry, wasn't it, really? I mean,
it wasn't the most exhilarating of games, I'll give you that.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to sort of advertise for Dulux, but at the end of the day, it was pretty dull. I mean, you could paint your living room and have much more of a productive evening. But Kai Havertz at the end of the day, massive composure, great finish. I think it was Tosin that said it was like he thought he was offside or something like that, and there was no pressure. It was put the ball in the back of the net. Maybe he thought it was offside, maybe he didn't. But however he finished,
it was a good finish. I've got to be honest. Havertz came on and his first couple of touches were pretty poor.
Yeah,
and I was one of those that was criticising him, and then he rocks up with a goal. So you have to give him credit.
Yeah, you have to give him credit, and I'd like to make a point on Ødegaard. I think I've been saying for a while now, and I know this is probably not going to go down too well, but I don't think he should be starting games at the moment. I think
the only thing is that the cupboard is a bit bare when it comes to midfielders at the moment.
It is, especially if we've got Eze out for a while, which it looks like that might be the case. But I think Ødegaard just doesn't strike me as a player who's going to lead this team. I was at Southampton the other night. He was poor. It was really, really poor. I think he lasted 60 minutes, then got taken off. And he got taken off tonight, and it was very noticeable that we started to click once he came off the pitch. Right. He's not leading the club as a captain, and he's not leading with his performances. And I know he's been injured. There have been a lot of excuses made about this guy over the last season, 2 seasons, maybe even longer than that. How much longer can we keep giving him excuses for performances like that? He's got to decide his future. The club have to decide what they're going to do with him. Obviously, you've got to give him a massive amount of credit for what he's done for Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve respect. Of course he does. But I don't think he should be starting games at the moment. I'm not convinced by his performances right now.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's a balanced and fair point of view. I mean, I've said some things. I'm not going to go over them now because this is your time. But yeah, you know what? Everything you said there, I would not necessarily disagree with. Yeah. But let's be a little bit more positive. We're in pole position now. It's a good win. The manager got his tactics right. And in terms of, there was a lot of talk going into this game about Arsenal bottling it, the season imploding. Do you think that this win now gives us that extra boost that we're going to need to, take the league home? There's 7 games left. Big game against Bournemouth coming up at the weekend. Do you think that tonight's performance is going to play a big part in that?
Yeah, it's big, isn't it? Like you said on the watch along, a win gives you that steam that you need to kind of propel forward. And obviously we've got that tonight. We've got the win at the very last second of the game as well, literally last kick of the game almost. So, well, it should have been until the ref played on and on and on, didn't he? But you know what I mean? I mean, obviously to win like that is a very nice feeling. That tastes good. That feels good. They'll get in the dressing room and they'll love that. Yeah. So that gives us a little bit of jet fuel for Bournemouth, which is a massive game. We've got to win that. So it's certainly not going to do any harm. If we draw 0-0 after Southampton, you're thinking, but we've won the game, and results make the business what it is. So we've got a big result tonight. We need to do the same against Bournemouth on Saturday. I would rather see a bit more free-flowing football. You're at home; it's a fortress. Let's try and play with the handbrake off a little bit more. Understand why he did what he did tonight. And he's got it right. Ultimately, he's got the result, so he's vindicated. But I'd like to see a little bit more thrust in that attacking third. We've got some good attacking players. Let them attack. That's what I want to see.
I'm with you on that, and I think you're right. And I think we might see it as well. But well said, Adam. Cheers,
Laurie.
Travelling to away games has never been easier, especially with Rocket Mobile.
Unlimited data, unlimited everything in the UK. When you leave the UK, it's 20 gig of roaming data. Life is very easy.
£16 a month, no hassle.
How you doing?
You're doing all right? And this is what you get in Europe.
Hello. Tony Adams!
Thank you so much.
Lee, you're the man.